Welcome to First Star Let's Chat, an athletic therapy podcast. I'm your host, James Gardner, certified athletic therapist, certified strength and conditioning specialist, yoga instructor, human being. This platform, for the pros, by the pros, anybody in the performance space, and beyond. Welcome here to share in the stories of professionals, experiences, journeys, learning along the way. It's a platform to connect, to network, and to be a part of a community that cares, with conversations that matter, experiences that resonate, and generate ideas, thought-provoking, organic dialogue, passionate prose. Brought to you as always by First Star Therapy, Mobility Tape, Epic, and Benchmark Athletics, in association with the Canadian Athletic Therapists Association. It's First Star Let's Chat, an athletic therapy podcast. Thanks for being here. Thank you for being a part of it. So here we are finishing up the Congress here in Winnipeg, Manitoba in Canada through WFATT's World Congress, an event that brings people together from across the globe. It brings practitioners together, researchers, people from all walks of life, interdisciplinary. We have some of our support around here with vendors showing off their products and talking to people and communicating and collaborating on what it is that this profession currently is, what it can be, how things work, and feedback is important. Education is critical, and understanding students' needs. Those that are trying to become professionals in this space or others shape our future, so to speak. We have Emma Hatcher, who just completed her second year at Sheridan College in the athletic therapy program there, sitting right beside me in this booth. A little bit of background noise. We are live in the exhibit hall here as we wrap up the last afternoon of the Congress. Emma, this is your first experience at a Congress or a conference?
Yep.
Okay, so her first experience. So what have things been like for you? Has anything stood out as a take-home message from this Congress so far?
Overwhelming is the first word that comes to mind. Overwhelming in the best way. So many people bringing opinions and advice and mentorship from all corners of the globe, which has been great to connect with. I think the thing that stood out the most is just how much there is to know, and every time that I feel like I have a grasp on something, a whole bunch of new things come my way, and it's a humbling thing, but it definitely checks you. So I've really enjoyed that.
Awesome. And I think this is one of the themes that comes out with everybody who stops by this booth. Everybody who's been on this podcast in the past is this continual thirst for growth, for knowledge, for never being done learning. And I think that's critical. There's some very big names in the world of athletic training, athletic therapy here through the conference. And it sometimes feels a little bit overwhelming is a good term, that, oh my gosh, I might be able to have a face-to-face conversation with somebody like Sue Falsone, who presented this morning. And all of a sudden you're sitting across the table having a glass of water or beverage of choice, and there's a humane element to connecting with other people. So this is the first in-person conference since COVID. How has that experience been for you? Have you met people that you didn't think you would meet? How has that experience been?
It's been crazy fun. I think the best part, or the time that I've been able to network and meet people the most, is kind of the downtimes where I can take a plate of food and just sit down at a random table that's partially empty and just start to listen to a conversation and generate some questions and pick people's brains. That's a big thing that I enjoy doing. But the casual, no expectations from things. People aren't walking around expected to be asked things, but they're very open to sharing their experiences and open to providing answers to questions that maybe they didn't think of in a certain way. And there have been a few people who have thought, I haven't had to think about this in a while. So I think it goes both ways. I think I get a bit more out of it, but it's good to see that it's somewhat reciprocal.
Absolutely. So the challenge both ways, the challenge to learn, the challenge to constantly stay on top of things when it comes to how do we deliver information, how do we deliver education that is relatable, not only to people in the field, but people who are coming into the field and will shape the field in the future. future.
Yeah.
So this opportunity again to connect in person. I just want to pause there for a minute and commend you for being here. I spoke to a number of colleagues yesterday and said, somebody needs to hire her now because she's here in second year. You've gone out of your way to come to a conference. You're still in school. You're not the majority of the people that are here. There's a lot of people that have been at this a long time. There are some recent grads, but there aren't too many current students. And my humble opinion would be you just made the best move of your life in coming here. So I wanted to do that, and I can do that on air through our podcast here because that's a big deal. Like that is a massive deal. And I think you deserve being commended, and then also sharing this experience with your colleagues, your classmates, your cohort of students that are at Sheridan College currently. So takeaways for you that you can take back home: networking, education, meeting people, being overwhelmed, knowing that you don't know everything. How different are you after spending 2 days at the World Congress?
I think that a big thing that I fear as I go through education and then onward is complacency and staying stagnant. And I think that having these things continuously and annually to revive your enjoyment of learning and your exposure to people that have an array of different experiences, that is just priceless, and I'm so grateful for that. So I think that that's a big thing that I'll take forward. I'm going to encourage my classmates to come to something like this. You're surrounded by athletic therapists. This is something that doesn't happen ever, at least in my opinion. I haven't experienced this. So being able to talk to someone who knows exactly what you mean and knows what you're going to go through it's a great feeling.
Amazing. And you also get to experience the CATA, our governing body here in Canada, hosting the WFATT conference. You get to experience the award ceremony and see some of the founding people in this field accepting awards of Hall of Fame, and be able to have those conversations or have a conversation with one of our previous guests like Matthew Miller, who came on and shared his research this morning, and sort of walk by a poster and ask questions and really investigate just how broad this profession can be. It's not strictly just teachers in classrooms, trainers or therapists with professional teams, or owning your own clinic. There's so much space in between to create work, not jobs, but find ways to facilitate a future and facilitate a career that will be long lasting and so rewarding. So I appreciate you stopping in. I realize this is a quick hitter, but I think this is crucial to our body to capture the student experience, the attendees experience here from a very authentic standpoint, sitting, 2 or 3 feet away from me, stopping in here again, going out of your way, taking time out of your schedule to help shape the future of our profession. So Emma Hatcher, you've just completed second year. You're going into third year at Sheridan College in the athletic therapy program, one of now 9. You were also here for the announcement last night. Canada now has 9 accredited institutions, with Acadia being added to the mix. You've been a part of history, and you will continue to be a part of our history in the profession of athletic therapy and training. So again, I commend you for being here, and I thank you so much for your time in sharing your experience. I'll leave you to say bye, or with any words of wisdom in moving forward. And you'll be held accountable for everything you say into the future.
Oh, great. Awesome. Well, thank you so much. And you've said some very nice things about me, and I do appreciate that. So thank you.
All right. So this is Let's Chat, the official podcast of WFATT. We're live in the exhibit hall as things begin to wind down from the World Congress 2022. Thanks for being here, and thank you, Emma. Thanks again for being here. Thanks for listening. Thanks for being a part of this community. Check us out online, firststartherapy.com. That's FIRSTAR therapy.com. Or email us with feedback, consult@firststartherapy.com. CONSULT@firststartherapy.com. On Instagram @firststar.therapy, and our podcast host @letschat.at. This is First Star Let's Chat, an athletic therapy podcast.